to our guests now. They have played two of soap's biggest baddies. Corrie's villainous Stephen, that's actor Todd Boyce, came to a grisly end last year as his 4 murders finally caught up with him. Yes, I know. And as EastEnders Ryan, Neil McDermott had an affair with Stacey Slater and killed his sister Whitney's abuser. So they are pairing up now for a new play. Here to tell us more, please welcome Todd Boyce and Neil McDermott.
Thank you.
Should we be worried? It's 2 of you. Should we be worried?
Well, probably this one. See each other off before we see anyone else off.
Yeah, but how great to play baddies, isn't it?
It is good, isn't it? We've discussed it.
Is it good?
It is good, yeah.
Because the public really believe it, don't they?
They
so
do.
In your personal life, is it not like you go into a supermarket and people having a go at you about your character?
I always used to say when I used to walk around with, like, some of the other actors from EastEnders when I was doing it, if I was walking around with Charlie Clements, who played Bradley, because he played such a lovely character, they'd want to come and give him a hug and stuff, where they'd be very wary of me. But then again, if I was walking around with Charlie Brooks, who played Janine, then all of a sudden they'd be quite friendly towards me because they'd be so scared of her.
Yeah. I think they ran out of patience and they just wanted me to be found out and they couldn't bear it. I was having trouble paying for parking in Windsor the other night, Saturday night, after 2 weeks there. And this woman, I couldn't, the machine wouldn't work, it ate my card. She said, we really couldn't wait for you to go, you know. I just want to pay my money and get out of here.
Yeah, but that shows how well you're playing.
Yeah.
Because you were both extraordinary baddies. So you've teamed up now in a play called Sleuth. So this was set, I believe, Todd, was it in the 70s?
Yeah,
it first played Broadway, I think.
It first played Broadway, that's right, 1970. It's a wonderful piece. It's wonderful to go back and watch films, isn't it, where there's no mobile phones and there's no cell phones. It's that world that's so beautiful to enter and be in, and so we're having a great time with it.
So it's just the 2 of you?
Well, there are some surprise characters that turn up along the way, but the bulk of the show is a 2-hander. Yeah, so it was written by Anthony Shaffer in 1970, played on Broadway, won a Tony Award, so we're dealing with good material. It's a really good play.
So tell us about the characters and what's the story, obviously without spoiling it for people who are going to come and see
So we are set in Todd's character, Andrew Wyke's country house, and my character, I play a guy called Milo Tyndall, who's sort of from Italian descent, but he lives in South London, and he comes to the house, and we learn that he would like to marry Andrew's wife. And
interesting.
As you do.
And we find out that Andrew's sort of OK with the idea. But would like it to be a fixture.
I want him to really take her off my hands because she's high maintenance. And I talk about, you know, to sort of put up with another bickering eternity and all the oils, the unguents, the bottles, the the gels, the body socking on the breakfast tray.
Describing my bathroom.
So he sort of makes it clear that you've got to have money to take this woman off my hands properly because she'll come back to me.
So your character's a famous.
Famous
detective crime writer. OK. And I read somewhere that you said if people like the Traitors, which we all loved, the Traitors, it's very fresh in our memories, they're going to love this because it's kind of similar.
It's a thriller,
game playing.
Right? Yeah, there's lots of games playing. It's sort of about jealousy and manipulation. As the play goes on, Todd's character Andrew is trying to play games and mind games with my character. We never know who's winning at any point. So, yeah, when we were in rehearsals, Rachel and I, the director, we would go home and watch an episode of Traitors for inspiration, some ideas for our show to make it as exciting and thrilling as we could.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
It's a kaleidoscope of kind of acquisition and greed and jealousy and envy and sleight of hand. So, very much Traitors.
Sounds like an autobiography.
We were talking earlier, both of you are obviously out of the soaps that you're in now, but portraying baddies, is that something that, stepping out of your comfort zone, we were speaking about that earlier, how easy did you find that to play those characters?
Do you know, it sounds boring, but it's just playing the circumstances. My character, the wheels came off his life. He had a great deal of money. He lost his fortune. What do? If you have a mum, you go home. And that's what he did. But instead of saying...
You go home, but you don't then murder 4 people.
You don't murder 4 people. Well, the first one was an accident, and then he just kept digging himself. But, yeah, so I I don't think my character didn't wake up that morning and think I'm going to kill someone. He just kind of accidentally grappled for a phone and...
And is there any sort of... Because I know, obviously, acting is, you know, you have to give of yourself into that. In terms of psychologically, how did that affect you? Did you bring it home with you at all?
I think it's very important with any role that you're playing to be able to leave it at work and then just go home and get on with your life. I didn't watch the show. I remember when I was doing EastEnders on my extended period on the show, after about 6 months, I decided not to watch it anymore, just to... Because I was doing it at work, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you guys going home and watching an episode.
Oh, every night I watch it.
It's just a bit odd to be 24/7. So, yeah, you just got
So the big question always with soap characters is, would you go back? So you have been back a couple of times to EastEnders, haven't you? And obviously, Whitney... Am I allowed to say that she's... Is that a spoiler, Whitney?
But she's a really good actor, yes.
There's a storyline with your half-sister Whitney coming up, so if there was an approach...
I think we're OK to say that, I think...
Yeah.
I think, right?
Anyway. Done now, anyway.
Would you go back? If you got the call, would you ever go back?
So, yeah, it's like one of these things that it's something that I don't really think about a lot because I'm with the play till May. But, you know, if it's right for the show and it's right for me, then, of course, I'll be there because it's a great job. But I have lots of things that I'd like to do.
There was speculation, actually, Todd, because when they zipped up the body bag, you had that smirk.
A little bit of a smirk, didn't I?
A bit of a smirk he had. And so there is the stuff online going, is he really dead?
Is he really dead?
Is it going to be a Bobby Ewing?
Yes, unzipping himself and, the smirk was funny. We discussed the smirk and then we forgot about it for a couple of weeks and then, you know, at the time, there's always pressure and I just thought, maybe it was me just happy to be finished with a very tiring, wonderful, you know, run in Corrie. But, yeah, this little smirk was, it was there, so...
But have you seen all the stuff kind of going, oh, is he really
I have, yeah. I think his brother comes back with a gold tooth and says, you know, his twin brother. He needs a twin brother to come back.
Twin brother, evil twin brother from somewhere. Well, listen, you're going to stay with us because we're going to take a break, but we want to do this